It's almost been a month, maybe. We're working on that. So this is what without my tent. So I'm in transition of applying for a house to rent, and so it takes so much time, like 3 hours to take it down and put it back up. So this time I wanted to be a little bit more um, practical and just sleep in my bed of my truck and do my live here so with you guys. And I'm so happy that you guys are here on this spiritual journey of Christos Avatar, yes. And we are once again coming together in this live transmission of spirit, which is energy, consciousness. We found, like-mindeds within each other. You resonate with this Christos information coming from Ashiana and Dean and the Guardians called Voyagers, and the workshops that go beyond, like Kathara, Kalanta, they call it Kalanta science. So the whole body of information is called the innerchristos, and that is something that is ancient, but is very, very relevant in what's going on today. Thank you for being here. Hello, Galactic Guardians. How you doing, Holy One? Good to see you. Mr. Fix It Quickly. Hey, brother. Welcome. I Inspired Taro. Hello, spiritual friend. Greetings, Holy One. Morgan Palmer, my man. Mad love, brothers and sisters of the light. You guys got the rhyme. You got the reason. Alvicio Josie 15. Much respect. Good to see you, Galactic. We're going on, let me see. It's been almost 4 weeks, and outside the grid, in nature, and the sun will be going down as we do our live tonight. And it's a nice breeze, so you might see that going on in the background. But I also, since I'm outside, I have to deal with the bugs. You'll see me shoo away some flies sometimes. But it's all good. And I wanted to report that I'm on day 5 of being sober from smoking, and which is a good thing for me. It doesn't mean you guys have to stop. It just means that it's time on my journey to take a break, and that's what I'm doing. Also, I started once again, on my alkaline diet. Yes! Man, it was a lot of work yesterday. That's why I didn't even have a time to do a live. Sorry I missed you guys, but because I didn't get here until like 9 o'clock at night. I'm like, and then I had to set up my bed in the truck and all that. So, but here we are today, and I do advertise that I'm here every Tuesday around 5:30. So, thank you so much for those regulars and those new ones. You guys have incentive to learn more about what is the spiritual journey, to stay on as long as you can to the end, or as long as you can, because you're going to hear a very unique perspective compared to most religions and spiritual systems. And blessings to you on your spiritual discernment and your journey, which we're going to be talking about tonight. Yes. We'll be lighting this when it gets a little bit darker. And hey, you guys, remember there was some things I had to get, and one of them was incense. I mean charcoals. No problems with charcoals now. I got rolls of charcoals. So, and by the way, that's what they come in. Like, this is 10 inside of here, 10 charcoals. You just, this brand is called 3 Kings. You'll see the red box, easy to remember. You buy 10 of these at a time. That's a whole box, which will last you, that's like 100 days at least, right? If you only use 1 charcoal a day. I did forget my burner. Let's get my burner. Machiwa. Woo! Look at that beautiful blue sky. Yeah, I need a little burner too for my incense. It's just right here. But yeah, I'm always trying to put all my things out of the sun, put it in the shadow, some shade, here's my big ice chest for my food. You know, it's full of ice, so it should last a few days, you know. I got all the things. Basically, the only thing I forgot was to refill my water tanks. But they weren't empty, so I was lucky this time. I still have enough to deal with. But I had a whole list of things. I'm glad I got take care of most of those. But yeah, this is where my tent usually is. And I had to fill the right side with dirt because it was kind of like, you know, lopsided. So I had to make it even as I could. So no more, you won't be seeing me eat no more snacks like granola bars and Krispy Kremes. I only did that once. Like out of the past few years, that's the first time I ate them in the past few years. It's been a while. And that was my last time. And all the chips are gone, the hamburgers, all that stuff is gone. I've done an alkaline diet before, guys. So it's not new to me. Fasting's not new. We go like this sometimes and like this sometimes. The goal is to be consistent and to make it part of your lifestyle. And that's what I plan to do, because it mostly is about health. I mean, that's one of the main things, motivators, right? So we got plenty of charcoal vatos, mochi. Say hello to more of our vato locos in the house. Lisa Wallace, many blessings. Thank you so much. Appreciate your feedback. Yeah, it's beautiful out here. It's brutal sometimes when it's just no wind and it's just the sun, because it's summer. It's getting into that summer heat, and we're in a desert. So yeah, but for the most part, yeah, you're right. It's very beautiful, perfect. To me, the wind is grace right now. I love to have this wind, gentle, not heavy, but just perfect, right? This is what I'll snack on instead of grabbing some chips, you know. So I'm actually want to take a bite because I'm getting hungry, but I had alkaline chili, and it doesn't have meat, but you have simulated meat made from chickpeas, you know, garbanzo beans, and that took a while to make. Just the fake meat, imitation meat, right? So then I started making this recipe has 10 tomatoes. You guys, is there a faster way to chop tomatoes? Is there a device that I can put a tomato in and just go like that in 1 second it's chopped? That would be awesome. Let me get this going. Yeah, this is going pretty good, man. Start our spiritual journey, right? Which is a change, which you see me going through. And we can do this together, you guys. It's not, when it comes to your food and diet, that's one of the biggest ones, right? Yeah. Who wants to change that? You love what you eat, and that's, you know, normal. And quite frankly, I love eating bananas and oranges now. It tastes great to me, and I know it's not so bad as eating some, you know, out of the alkaline chart. I'm talking about the food that's way down at the bottom. No more. I need a lighter. See that wind? It just needs to light 1 second. Let me see. Out of the wind, I mean. What the shit? These don't work very well. What the shit, dude? It's not complicated. Hold the trigger. It's lighting. All right, it's lit. Always makes this black mark. What's going on, family? Christos avatars, yes? Machiwa. You guys take care of yourself. Eat healthy. Eat fruits, vegetables, and high vibe food. Superfoods like avocados. I'm gonna be eating that in my smoothies. I just bought avocados though. They're all hard. I want to wait for them to get even softer. This is called benzoin. Here's a secret. You can use salt and put it over the charcoal, or you can use dirt. Let me use some dirt. Pinch of dirt. What the F? Let me switch this around so. It doesn't smother it. What it does is it cools it down. Hopefully not too much. Oh, it's still hot, yeah. There we go. Well, that's kind of big. You don't want a piece too big. You'd want to break that up. So let me go back. There's my yard, my front yard. There's some amber. And this cleanses our space, you guys. When you go on a spiritual journey, you become very mindful of energies. You become mindful of your own body, aura energies, and the space that you're in. Maybe like in your bedroom, you're doing it in your patio, wherever you're burning this incense. As I call it, priest of light, we have our own craft, and this is one of them. This is, if not incense resin, then it will be something that is some similar with a cleansing effect, a protecting effect. And we work with higher consciousness. You're going to deal with other, what is energy? It's others, it's consciousness, it's alive. So that's why we also protect, because we might be dealing with other energies. So we protect our space and ourselves, and you can put that intention there. As you're burning it, send it there. And as you can see, it melts it pretty good. Stupid YouTube is giving me a problem, but that's what they do. So I won't do that then. Machiwa. Lola in the house. Thank you for being a member, Holy One. Intention, and very important, you guys. Your consciousness, okay, which is multidimensional. You have more than one chakra. Those, each one is another level of consciousness. And some of you are coming with 4 levels of consciousness, 4 chakras activated, 6 levels of spirit coming on in. Okay, so be very mindful of those energies. Every single chakra creates another aura field around your body. All these different aura fields are in different colors and energy waveforms, and they're going to be what you call, you're completely immersed in those through your bones and skin and blood, all that. It's within your whole field, and it's encapsulating around you, and it depends on how far out. Like each higher chakra is farther out. The first one is like right just barely above your skin. That's like a red one, the red chakra, which is connecting to you what Ashana teaches us about in Kalantic science. This connects you. Your first one, your first auric field, connects you to your double, your doppelganger, your parallel self. So you are intermeshed in your spiritual journey and your doppelganger's spiritual journey. You guys are doing it together. You affect each other. And you're connected right there at the first one. And then you have your second aura, the third aura, the fourth aura. These are, you can imagine, not perfectly spherical, more like oval shaped, and they're around your body, Vatos. And you, as you go on your spiritual journey, you're going to intensify. Maybe it's a real weak aura, chakra. Maybe you haven't done much green fourth chakra work. So your auras need some assistance. You need some, work it out, Vatos. That's what a spiritual journey is. We're focusing on our energies. And we have access to those. I keep looking at the camera. We have access to our energies through our consciousness. And you'll have different spiritual systems, right? And like this system, the innerchristos, Ashana Dean, the guardian materials, we teach how to use light, color, symbol codes, and the base codes of matter. You're going to have access to that through your consciousness, through visuals, through sound, like mantra or speech. Speech is the guardians. They know how to use language. They know how to use sound. And take that on a group level. All right, so you imagine what you can do with that? A group, Lyran, guardians, working together. And that's what we are, aren't we? Aren't we supposed to do some grid work together, some healing, consciousness healing in the world together? Yes, we are. So we go on this, and we awaken around the planet right now. We're awakening around the planet together, Vatos. And maybe we're not aware of it. Maybe, we kind of like not even get along sometimes. We're not perfect down here. We can be distorted down here, just like the earth seeds. Now, the guardian material, I'm sure many of you have already read Voyagers 1 or 2 by now, or at least read some of the references and chapters. You're going to learn about some of this stuff in history, the real human history, not from this, scientists and religions, both religion and science thinks we're about 5,000, 6,000 years old. Okay, so they want to talk about the first cities ever made, the first people ever on Earth is only about 6,000 to 10,000 years old. What? No, I don't think so. You guys know we have buildings more ancient than that. We have a lot of this stuff is being talked about on Gaia and the Ancient Alien series. So, but not just that. There's been artifacts that have been found. Hey, we can't forget about dinosaurs. The Bible can't say much about them being around for hundreds of millions of years or whatever, or hundreds of thousands, whatever. We know inside that we're being told a partial scenario. We're not getting the whole story. So we got the guardians following the law of one, who love you very much, who you're part of the family. They want you to remember this history, which is 560 million years old. That's how old humans are, guys. That's how old we really are. Is that history all on our planet? No. That's history from dimension 2, dimension 3, there's history of us humans in dimension 4. There's history in dimension 5. There's history of humans in dimension 6. What's up? I gotta keep these in my little cooler, but there was no room. I never knew it. I just quickly got some oranges at some store, right? When I started opening them, it was like red and orange. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with this thing? And I carefully, slowly tasted it to see, make sure it was okay. Apparently, it was a hybrid. It was a hybrid orange that was part red, whatever the hell the red part was. It tasted good. But it looks like it was bleeding or something. It was half. What's that called, you guys? Do you know what that is called? I can't even tell you if hybrid foods are even good for you, but the orange tasted really good. And when you get an alkaline diet, a lot of fruits are actually acidic, so because of the sugar, so you gotta be mindful of that. Sorry, last bite. It's so good to have the things here that I need, at least. I was missing so many things, remember? Man. But my truck is more full now. I spent like $400 because I didn't have anything. I didn't have measuring spoons, measuring cups. I didn't have that clear glass thing. I didn't have a lot of things for cooking. I still don't have a spatula or big spoon. I didn't want to buy that shit yet, but so my first trip was expensive, but at least I have that stuff now. Oh, seasonings. I didn't have any seasonings. I had to buy, well, sea salt and oregano and onion powder and ground sage, regular sage, or all kinds of seasons. I had to buy them all. So, but even if you're not there yet, even if you're not ready yet, part of your spiritual journey will be diet, you guys. And it wasn't easy. It's not easy. Man, it wasn't easy. I love that stuff, but guess what? You start to desire it less and less and remember it, need it less and less, the junk food. You saw me eat the junk food, and it was something that I was finishing. I was clearing that shit out. No more. Thank you so much. Hulk smash! Thank you so much, Holy One, for supporting Christos Avatar. Much respect to you, Vato. How do you clear your third eye? How do you decalcify your pineal gland? One of the things that calcifies it is, believe it or not, your toothpaste. So, excuse me, partly to answer your question, stop using fluoride toothpaste. It's a poison. Did you know that? Did you guys know that fluoride is poison? So when someone like AIM or Crest or whoever puts fluoride, they're putting poison in your toothpaste. And it's munition, poison. If you had a bunch of it, it would kill you. Obviously, so it messes with your sixth dimension connection, your third eye. So that's one of the things. The other thing is to start training it, start working it. First thing is visioning, imagination. putting a purple, indigo, or bluish type of crystal on your third eye. Lay down and balance a crystal like an amethyst on your third eye, 30 minutes, whatever. Get used to that. Work with crystal energy to help you work out your third eye. And keep on doing a routine daily of practicing imagination visualization. And when you're ready to learn Ashiana's material, the advanced mechanics, she's going to teach you how to develop your higher chakras, which develop your lower chakras. Because when we have 12 strands, and if you learn some of my angelic human race video, watch the angelic human race video, because I take you through and understand the DNA, which Ashiana does too in Voyagers 1, or Voyagers 2. One strand has 12 substrands, subfrequencies. So a strand of DNA has a spectrum of frequencies going up through that strand, which is what? A dimension as well. So let's just say, for example, 3 strand. That's 3 strands of, but that's also 3 dimensions of reality. Dimension 1, you're connecting to Dimension 1 consciousness. You're connecting to Dimension 2 consciousness, which is Lemurian. You're connecting to Dimension 3 consciousness, which is Atlantean. Reasoning mind, ego. Those are our consciousness, but there's more. Okay? So this means also that you have 3 strands. It means you're in the 3rd dimension. So if you want to go to the 4th dimension, you need 4 strands. That means you have to slowly grow this 4th strand. Right now it's a stub. It's not finished. It's not complete. You have to naturally live in different time vectors. That means different time lives. You have to live this life, another life, and a life after that, and a life after that one, and a life after that one, and a life after that one, and a life after that one. Yes, well, I'm going to do it. A life after that one, until you get to 12 lives, and then you finish that strand. But you don't have to go through all that. You can use bioregenesis techniques. That means you can use Ashiana's biogenesis techniques and skip all that. Not skip. I meant to use accelerate. Instead of doing a bunch of lifetimes over thousands of years, millions of years, why not just do it in one lifetime? Okay? And quite frankly, we used to. We didn't die. Now we do. But our higher selves, they're still in the immortality, in eternal life mode. They don't die. Unless someone kills them, but and when it comes to living and aging and getting older and getting sick and dying, no, we don't do that anymore. We're eternal. Our DNA is got the full, you would say, we have something called the divine blueprint. And that's going to take another whole subject to explain. I'll get back to that, but we are, if you have, like, say, 3 strands, that means it took you many lives to make the 3rd strand, and you're still working on it. We're here. If you're here, you're still working on your 3rd strand, trying to get your 4th strand. According to Ashiana, most people are between 2.5, not even a full 3rd one yet. Some people are only 2.5, up to 3.5 here. In Earth right now, 2023, most of you are 2.5 to 3.5 strands. Not even 4, not even close to 5, much less 6. So when you see people coming in with 6, what's up, Holy Ones? You're the starseeds. You're the indigos. You're the trailblazers. You're the ones showing the way shores how to do this. Okay, we're not saviors. The guardians aren't saviors. They're not coming here to help you and do your work for you, because you have to do the ascension work. You have to do the DNA activations. You have to go to the 4th activation, 4th chakra. You have to go to the 5th strand to get the 5th chakra. And then you ascend, Holy Ones. You go to the next reality field. You get the eternal life body. You're not the body. You're the flesh. I mean the consciousness. You're not the flesh. You're the consciousness. Inside the flesh. Embodying the flesh. You're a spirit being. Consciousness is alive in all beings. In all, this is alive. You think it's plastic and dead and it has no spirit? It is alive. Everything is made of particle. This is made of... In your science world, this is made of particles. This is made of particles. This is made of particles. Well, what is those particles made out of? One little tiny little particle is alive. It's consciousness. So that entire thing made of a bunch of little consciousness is alive. This is made of a bunch of little particles that are all alive. So realize the medium of our universe, of our reality is alive. You're inside it. The whole concept of soul is BS. Sorry. That's what religion's trying to distort you on. No, honey. A soul is up here, a higher level. This is not soul. This is incarnate. We're in the incarnate level. We're trying to stop dying. We want to get back to the living forever part, right? Machiwa. So you want to get all your strands in one lifetime, honey. And I didn't finish that part. When we were immortal, you didn't die to ascend? Because now you do. You have to die. You have to drop your body and die and then ascend. No, not before you were immortal. You didn't have to die. You did it while you were alive. That's like, son, messing with us. You changed into light and changed your body like a caterpillar goes into a butterfly over, I don't know how long it takes for that. Maybe you can Google that, how long a butterfly takes. But you don't take time to do that. You would do it instantaneously. People would see it. They would see you change. Not anymore. Not on this planet. In Tara, yes. In Tara, we would it's called the cycles of transmutation, because that's what that's called, not dying. The cycles of transmutation, after something happened to Earth, it changed to the cycles of death, reincarnation, coming alive over and over and back again. Huh? You're not supposed to do that. What? I thought that was what we all do. Yeah, because we're stuck down here. It's like, repeat, repeat. You're not going nowhere. You're just staying in the same place. You're staying in 3rd grade, and you're not getting it. You can't understand 4th grade material, 5th grade material, so you get failed again. Die, repeat, die, repeat, die, repeat. Oh, this is fun. No, it's not fun. Some of us are old souls. We've been doing this a while. We want to move on. Are you ready to move on? Your spiritual journey? What's up, vatos? I can't control that freaking sun. Let me go like this. It'll be down shortly, so whatever. Mochiwa. Can't wait to get this house. I hope I do. I will. Mokuya. Indigo Wizard in the house. What's up, brother? Good luck with that, bro. El Salvador, Kirashe. What's up, homie? That's a Primal Life Fields, Kirashe. Ki-Ra-She. Blue flame, gold flame, violet flame. Bringing in the key, bringing in the Ra, bringing in the She. There's also something higher than that called the Kundalini. That's the Ascended Master level. Yep, we're in the shift, vatos! And you feel it. It's undeniable. Baking soda works really well for brushing your teeth. There you go. No fluoride there. Hello, no fluoride? That's the name of it? That's cool. People know. People get, it's not just, not good for your third eye, but in general, it's not good to have. So 3D people don't want fluoride either, And I just say 3D people because they're earth seeds that haven't developed their 4th strand. If you're a star seed, if you are an indigo child, you already have this. Look, you have the 3rd strand, honey, because you have 6. You have the 3rd strand, honey. What are you doing here? You're a 6th grader coming to 3rd grade. You're a wayshower. You're a trailblazer. You're helping these. It's kind of like teacher assistant. Not savior. We're teacher assistants. We're helping you with these mechanics. We're bringing the knowledge. The guardians always bring in this knowledge, guys, during ascension. Hello. We're in ascension. And what is that exactly? That has something to do with the planet and her chakra. See, this is your chakra. Well, the planet has chakra too, and they're called stargates. These are stargates. We use our stargates to interface, air stargates to interface the universal and the cosmic stargates. That's how you can leave your body and go somewhere else. Through stargates. That's how you go anywhere, vatos. You yourself can't get to the fifth dimension without a stargate. I don't care how many chakra you are, you still got to use a stargate. That's why we can't ascend. We can't access the stargate here. We're blocked from going through that stargate, honey. Those fallen angelics have taken forth gate. They put distortions. We got something called a zeta block in our DNA. We got a minty block in our DNA. What was that other one called? There's a few blocks. There's like 5, 6 different DNA blocks that you could have. And remember, if a DNA is blocking you from ascending, that's why you're repeating over and over. You can't go nowhere. That's why these fallen angelics are so brilliant. That's why they're always effing with our DNA. That's why they're always in all of these different periods of time. In Lemuria, the farthest back, Lemuria. In Atlantis, in now, 2023. In the future, they're still effing with us. The race that comes after humans is called Muvarian, and they enslave Muvarian. The Draco, actually their children, the Dracos. The Dracos and the Zeta Greys take over the future humans. Okay? Just like they took over parallel Earth. Wow. Oh my gosh. This is the first time I've seen doves. I don't want to scare them. Because they're real jittery birds. Hey, beautiful. It's a pair, a mate. That's the first time I saw them. I mean, out here in the desert, in Nevada, I mean. There's lots of them in Arizona. But their little sound is very, very unique. So I know exactly, when I hear them, I know it's those type of birds. They're just checking out my truck and see stuff. I get a lot of animals coming and checking out my stuff. Yeah, it's so cool. I saw a little peanut. He takes. You guys saw me put the bread there. He would come up and grab a big piece compared to his body, right? A big piece and put it in his mouth and run off with it, and then come back and get another piece. He's taking it to his den, his little rat cave. I was gonna say man cave. His little mouse cave. Let's get some more incense, patos. Ochiwa hamatas. Huwakaye musutas. Mukuhosuatas. Copal gold resin, 1 pound of it. You don't need that much, but I do. I love incense resin. It's not even that expensive, really, except unless you get dragon's blood, amber. Some of those things are ridiculous. If you want really good high grade ones, I have all that, man. Some of the stuff came from another country, you know, trees from another country. Like this is usually from South America. Copal. The natives there, they love the copal. Shamans and mystics. Let me try some of this myrrh resin. This isn't the regular myrrh that I used to get, but so this is from another country or a different kind of myrrh. Regular myrrh is a lot smaller, like little pebbles. This looks like what? A rock or something? The hell? Okay. Dang, man. This is way too big, so I'm just trying to find a small piece. Yeah, man. This is another reason why I don't want to get this brand, this type of myrrh again. There we go. You see that rising? Oh, it's kind of out of the screen. There. Yeah, sun's still going down, so. Where's my glasses? Bury them, crush them. Yeah, you could probably find it on Amazon. I buy it from like importers. But I'm sure you can find them at Amazon, no problem. Heather! Christos, brother! And you guys remember, you guys are Christos avatars at your 12th demand. Okay? We are trying to reclaim that. And it's not like we're completely turned on, right? I mean, Jeshua was the last person who was completely turned on. Completely all chakra active. When we say activated, that means you've opened it all the way. Jeshua was open all the way, dude. He was a 12 strand. Even Ashiana is not there yet. I mean, come on. Maybe she is. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't say that, right? According to Voyagers 2, Ashiana is Miriam. She was right there working with Jeshua and John the Baptist. And so supposedly, which I don't believe, this guy, her ex-husband was one of them. But I don't believe that guy. Sorry. I just don't. I don't see it. As a matter of fact, I saw John the Baptist and it had no energies with Michael, whatever his name was, Dean, Michael Dean. What? Huh? I can't prove it, but I saw from my old visions John the Baptist. Okay, so there was no Michael Dean there. I see Nashana up there, but no speaker 3. What's her name? Mary Lou? Mary something. And Michael? No, I didn't see them up there. Why? What's up? There's only a certain amount of BS that people can say before you can go check it yourself. Frankincense. There we go. By the way, there is no more speaker 2 and no more speaker 3. I don't mean they're gone. I just mean they're no longer have that connection. And you guys can have discernment and you can go check yourself. Yes? So, spiritual journey. Spiritual journey is becoming enlightened. Making a change in your spirit, in your consciousness. Becoming a decent, loving, unconditionally loving person. Someone who honors people, honors others, who doesn't judge, who is very respectful to others and will listen to what they have to say too, not just try to control the whole conversation. You know those kind of people? They're no fun to be around. They just want to keep talking and talking and talking. You try to talk, no, they want to keep talking. They're oblivious to it. Goodbye. I'm no longer hanging out with you, Vato. What's up? So you're gonna get those kind of people. It's a two-way conversation, but not with you. It's a one-way conversation. It's like you suddenly want to be rude or just walk away, you know. I mean, there's something wrong with that consciousness. There's something not mature, something very, that's a form of vampirism, in my opinion. a slight vampiric, when you want to take, you're the one only, no consideration. There's considerations in guardians. We're loving, we're sweet, we're sincere. We're not stuck on the angry God concepts and religions. We're blossoming in our understanding and in our DNA, our chakras. We're evolving. That's what we're supposed to do. You evolve. I'm not talking about primate evolving from apes. No, we're evolving to a higher state of body and consciousness. Okay? We're blessed, you guys. You are blessed. You choose path of light, you're choosing the path that is God's original intention. All these fallen angelics, they walked away from God's original intention. They don't agree with it anymore. They want to go against it. And they do. That's why they're called anti-Christos. Because they're literally against us. They attacked us. Did they not? Did they not attack Armatena and SG-12? They destroyed SG-12 because they wanted to cut off dimensions 1 through 11. They wanted to have a separation, and they created it. So we want to reclaim our 12 strand. They don't want us to have our 12 strand. They will do everything in their power to stop us from our 12 strand. So when you got someone like Ashiana Dean and the Guardians bringing in the mechanics to bring back your 12 strand, hello! They will try to interrupt that shit. They will try to distort it. They'll try to separate. Look what happened to Ashiana. Why did that happen? Why did she separate from her husband and lose control and copyright to her own work? How? Why? Obviously, they were what's called dark flowered, or one of them was dark flowered. There was a process of being dark flowered. That means these beings were being, you know, it's a form of a long term. It didn't happen like that. No, look, it happened on Sliders 12. Okay, they've been together for a long time. The work has been coming out. Then suddenly out of nowhere, now there's a break in the shield. We call that the tribe shield. We call that hello, you understanding morphogenetic fields. You are on planet Earth. You have a morphogenetic field. It's spherical, just like the planet is spherical. No flat Earth bullshit. It is spherical. So the morphogenetic field doesn't have arms and legs. Your biology, your DNA created that. Your morph field is round, Vatos, and it's made of this, imagine particle. It's called a particle field. Okay, you're made of particle field. And all the auras, all the layers of your consciousness, the multi-dimensional layers, they're all parted in your morphogenetic field in Earth, inside of Earth. So what I was telling you, the tribe shield, well, you're also part of the human race morphogenic field. You're part of your morph field, you got the race morph field, and, okay, you, race, planet morph field. So you're in so when you die on planet Earth, you go to dimension 2. That's where Earth's morph field is. And that's where your morph field is. Not heaven, not hell. You go to the morph field of planet Earth, of your morph field, of your race morph field. So something happened to the tribe shield. So there was a split in the shield. Okay? That's why there's something happening in 2012 with Ashiana's group. So now we have this spiritual journey is a little bit different now. Now there's new materials. Now there's new mechanics. That's why you have to have discernment. Are you going to go to the Terahertz teachings, or are you going to stick through Kelantic Science, Kathara, and Sliders 1 through 11? So you guys, I will always put that out there. Okay? That you can decide if you want to go to the Terahertz or not. Whatever you decide, that's what you decided. And we're going to come from our own, from our own heart, what we feel, what we resonate with. You can find this information, it's out there. So, and if you guys have any questions, just ask me privately, and I think it's important to at least know that that's out there. You guys need to know that, right? So we're just in the time right now, what's happening in the world, those are big signs, I believe. Those are signs of something major changes, like Indigo mentioned earlier. We're in this timeline shift, and there's a bifurcation of humans going this way, some going falling. Hopefully you guys are the ones who are rising in your consciousness, yes? Yeah. We'll light this. Yes, Christos! Familia Christos! You said it, brother. Elixir vision. Logos. Is there a faculty that one could develop to protect from obvious psychic attacks in the form of violent? Okay, this is where that split comes in. Because some people believe the Maharic shield doesn't work. I call bullshit. It works. I've seen it work. So to answer your question, develop a Maharic shield. It is a consciousness, a 12th dimensional consciousness. I've seen it in lucid living color. So it's real. And I didn't attain it by running some of those mechanics. I did it because it's in your DNA, Vatos. You access your own DNA. Now, using mechanics, you're going to understand what to do, what not to do, a step by step. You're going to learn the pitfalls, or what could happen, or what shouldn't happen, or what you don't want to happen. You're going to learn how to protect yourself. You're going to learn how to develop these shields and all your chakras. You have 12 chakras to work on. Okay? Not 7. That's new age bullshit. Sorry, you want to go that way? Go ahead. So the red chakra, okay, near your root, near your butt, that's your first survival mode. That's your first level of consciousness. You just want to survive. You're looking to survive. How do I survive? That's the first level of consciousness, surviving. Then the second level is your emotional, your sacral, your orange second chakra is coming from the Lemurian consciousness. It's very interesting, guys, because we're not supposed to have a consciousness like this. We have a separation going on. It's explained very well in Voyagers 2. You had this happen with disembodied souls on Earth. They lost their bodies in the cataclysm of Atlantis and Lemuria. So some of those, this was something to do with the morphogenetic field that I just mentioned earlier being cut off from the planet. There was a serious destruction that happened on that planet that time. They were using these gigantic crystals, and they basically tore the morph field of planet Tara. Not all of it. A portion of the planet fell in particle speed. You can say it literally went into a black hole of a sun, something to do with the Pleiadians, I believe. And this is something that is what happened and created our planet and our other 11 planets. There's 12 planets. And so these are not separate planets, really. That's one of the mysteries, one of the beautiful, magical things about our planet, our solar system. Those are all pieces of Tara. Did you hear what I said? Okay, let's say you have this gigantic planet, and a small piece of it tore off, broke off. That piece fell into a black hole into pieces. Those pieces, 12 of them, all grew into planets. Now, one of them is ours. And each one has a different ascension cycle, or you would say program. What? Huh? So you better believe there's other beings living on all these planets. You better believe our scientists, a NASA, whatever you want to call it. you better believe they're freaking lying to you. You better believe they're not giving you the whole story. You better believe they know some of the things that are out there they're not going to share with you. You better believe they know about aliens, for sure. They make contracts with them. We have a whole secret space program because of these aliens. So, these 12 planets, Venus, Mercury, Earth, Saturn, Jupiter, wow. Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, Maldek, Nibiru. I missed one planet. Jupiter? Did I say Jupiter? And then the sun. They're counting the sun as one of these pieces. So we have this history maybe you weren't aware of. And remember, Tesla, the original, the person Tesla, not the company. So Tesla, if you guys didn't know that, Tesla was speaking to aliens from different planets. It's in his own memoirs. He wrote this himself. He was speaking to beings on this planet, on that planet, and that planet, and that planet. Okay? Look it up. Not only that, there's other people talking about life on other planets. NASA is going to show you exactly what they want you to see and not see. It's the same thing with our moon. Okay, that's an artificial satellite. We don't have a moon. What are you talking about? Where'd that come from? Now we have a moon? Hello, there's some suspicious things about that moon. It's not supposed to be, what? It's in an unnatural orbit? What do you mean? It's orbiting the Earth. How's that unnatural? You guys, there's no such thing as an eclipse. It's an unnatural thing on our planet. It's a very dark thing. Oh, you're worshiping. You're the full moon, are you? You're wow, it's a full moon. Break out the incense and do the hula dance or whatever. Hello. This is a wicked thing, man. An eclipse is perfectly covering up, perfectly. That doesn't happen on other planets. Did you know that? Look, go check. Do eclipses happen on other planets? No. This is a unnatural orbit, and it just suddenly once a month is blocking and creating this. What? So there's some mysteries that a lot of you occultists are following and have no idea yet. But keep on worshiping your moon. It's not natural, vatos. It's technology. Just like that battle star. Yeah, where's that Star Wars talking about the Doom Star? Hello. That's coming right from those Nibirians again, which are hybrid Anunnaki. Okay, when you talk about a spiritual journey, well, you start talking about aliens too, because it affects your spiritual journey. They've been affecting our spiritual journey for millions of years, all the way back from Atlantis. This ain't new. This is actually, according to Oceana and the Voyagers too, you will find this is still going on. This is still Atlantis. Atlantis is still around, batos. Just renamed. You know, England has a big part to this. Well, there you go. England, Ireland, Wales, Netherlands, it's Atlantis. Just renamed. Hawaii, Lemuria. There's maps on my membership. Check it out. It's in Voyagers. It's not in Voyagers 2. Those are other workshops. You can find it if you look hard, but we have it on our membership. And if you guys have liked anything you've heard tonight, if you like this channel, if you've been watching and following this channel, please support Christos Avatar. Even a small, meager $5, that small gift helps us continue this work. I do this for you guys. Thank you for supporting Christos Avatar. There's a donation button. See the $sign? Whatever you feel called, you guys. And also, you can also support the channel, this work, by being a member. That means you join. You click the join button for $5. Now you can speak to the other ones, other members. And look at all the links. We got Indigo now. He's posting a lot of cool links that you guys want to see too. In the membership, it's only $5. It's worth $5. It's, you know, like that's a, even you go to Starbucks, more than $5 for one mocha. Come on. My Chiwa. So we are making it easier to find all this information. And that's just the beginning. We haven't, you guys, when I get finally into a house and situated, this channel is going to blow up even more and become even more valuable to people following Ashana's work. I'm not replacing Ashana. I'm not creating this work that she created. We're all part of the creation. We're all part of the Guardian's work. You were born because you're one of those indigos coming in. She had a certain job to do. Some of us had a certain job to do. We're all part of the same team. Team Indigo, honey. Team Liren. Team Vato Locos. What's up? And we're doing this together. I'm still learning and awakening. You're awakening. We're getting better and bigger badasses. We know what's up. You know what's up. We're starting to know what's up. Shalom, Christos. Joe, welcome, Holy One. I can change code in a room, says Christopher Velez. Greetings, Holy One. Logos. They're fallen angelics, yeah. And you guys, the word angelics throws a lot of people off because in religion, they're so used to thinking of an angel, some pretty, lovely being who's got wings and he's guarding, she's guarding you and loving you and OMG. You have to break down, in order to really understand what an angel is, you have to break down the reality. If you don't break down the reality, you cannot understand what an angel is. Do you agree with me or disagree? Because how can you understand what a multidimensional angelic being is without knowing that it's a multidimensional reality field? If you don't know there's other dimensions, you can't understand God completely, or these starseed angelic beings. You can't understand them. You don't know what they are yet. You're trying to figure it out. Religion doesn't figure it out. New Age doesn't figure it out. It has to do with aliens from other worlds and dimensions. From one of these other 15 dimensions that you're going to go through in your spiritual journey. Machiwa. Woohoo! Bye-bye. I wonder if there's going to be a big drum circle, dry lake bed drum circle. We'll see. I will look that up. Usually it's, I don't know if it's once a month or twice a month. We'll see. But I encourage you guys, like for me, when I was still beginning, right? I wasn't knowledgeable about all the Christos yet. What I did as a beginner, I went and looked in my city for spiritual groups. Look in your city, spiritual meetings, spiritual groups, spiritual classes, whatever. And at the time I was living in Vegas, there was a lot of them. And I said, okay, that one looks good. I checked it out. I visited them. It was very interesting and very cool. It was like, also they had a big shop of crystals, and I bought myself a big giant crystal ball this big. And I had a stand to hold that ball up. You meet people. Now, they won't all be learning the crystals, but you're gonna be around, like, you know, people who know that religion's BS and that there's so much more to learn about, and you can, you know, it's definitely something, because you know that one of the big things is putting boundaries on those who are not serving your higher self, who are keeping you down from unchanging. Hulk smash again. Thank you, Holy One. Yes, is Yahweh evil? Is if so, is the serpent in the garden evil? Good questions, Holy One. Very good questions. So Yahweh, if some of you didn't know it, is another word that the Hebrews use for Jehovah. Everyone else calls it Jehovah, but they call it Yahweh. It's the same being, but according to Guardians, and just look at the Bible. Yahweh, Jehovah, is angry and pissed off and very dark. So, why? Because he's evil, like you just asked. Why? Just look at Yahweh's characteristics. Look at what Yahweh says. Look what Yahweh does. Same with anyone else, a potential wife, boyfriend, girlfriend. Look at them. What do they do? Well, how do they act? What do they say? Well, look what Yahweh says. Look what any of these gods and goddesses do. Look what they say and do. What's their creed? Now, according to the Voyager's material, the Guardians are telling us, teaching us, reminding us that Yahweh is a fallen angelic. Okay? Now, this is... Well, hello to you. This is a... I'm looking at a little ant here. Where are you going, buddy? Don't hang around. You're gonna get hurt. Go away. Shit. It's not also there's something that not just Yahweh, but in general, when you get to the higher realities, you guys are no longer singular. You're no longer just an individual. You're more than an individual. And so you're like a collective. Yahweh is a collective. It's not even a person. It's not a boy. It's not a girl. It's a race. It's a race of beings. It's a people. Yahweh is a people being, and it's specifically, like, they call it Yahweh. The Guardians call it Jehovah. The race is called Jehovanians. Jehovanians. Shortened to Jehovians. The Jehovians are the freaking Anu Elohim, which is the fallen. And remember, the word Elohim isn't also in the Bible. It's mentioned in Genesis. Now we get all these Hebrew people saying, no, it's not collective, it's a singular. Elohim is a plural. It's a race. It's a people, not a singular God, Jehovah, Yahweh. It's a people. It's a multitude. It's a race that is fallen, that attacks you, conquers you, dominates you. And they live not on Nibiru. The Jehovians live on Sirius A. The other Anunnaki, the little, they're not little, but the hybrids, the hybrid Anunnaki, they're on Nibiru. The Jehovians are from Sirius A. So to answer your question in a long breath, yes, he is dark. Not he, they are dark. So let me look at your second part of that question. And you guys want more information? I put a very good article on my website. My site is called ChristosAvatar.com, a blog. Look up the blog about Jehovah, Anunnaki, and you'll get a breakdown, a better left-minded, right-minded breakdown, okay? So just go to my website, ChristosAvatar.com. There's a bunch of articles, and one of them is about Jehovah, Anunnaki. Because I know it was important. It took me a while to finally get that article out, but people have to know about the freaking Anunnaki. Because people, I swear, they're worshiping them. Just like they did in Sumeria. Sumerian gods. Well, hello. The same beings who made your Christian book. Okay? Same beings. Same exact ones from Lemuria. Same exact ones who effed us in Atlantis. Same ones who are effing us now. Whether it's a sacred name in a religion or not, these are very wicked beings. And they've already destroyed us. They've already wiped us out with their children race called Nephilim. Oh, by the way, is also in your Holy Bible. Look it up. It's also in Genesis. Genesis is a very interesting book. They talk about giants called Nephilim. Well, hello. Nephilim, Anunnaki are giants, and they kicked our ass, and we were wiped out. Seeding 1, gone. No more Atlantean Lemurians from Seeding 1. Bye-bye. Asses got kicked by these Nephilim. So is Jehovah bad? Yes, very bad. They have a horrible, wicked track history. There's no, just look at how angry he is, burning anger. Look how old this being is. It demands sacrifice. Sacrifice. It puts you in fear. Fear God. What? So you guys know all this story, okay? Yes, very dark being, Vato. Very dark being. The serpent. The serpent. Whoa, what is the serpent, reptilian? Those are coming out of the Draconians. That's not Anunnaki. That's a different being. That's a different gangsta. I don't care if they put it in the Bible. It's a different race. Serpents, reptilians. Serpents equal reptile. Even your scientists call them reptiles. Serpents, lizards, well, lizard people. All kinds of horny toads, all kinds of iguanas, Gila monsters, reptiles, dragons. What's a dragon? A reptile with wings. Okay, what's an angel? A Lyran Syrian with seraphim wings. So we have the serpent, which is actually Inky. Inky Anunnaki are the serpents. Look in Voyagers 2, look up Inky. It's a insectoid. Wow, nice creature. Insectoid, reptilian, reptile. Wow. Does it even look human? No. So you got these Nibiruans writing your book. Ashana herself says they're coming from Nibiru. Our religions are coming from another planet. It's not even our holy books. It's their holy books. Remember, they're dominating and they already wiped us out before. The Draconians wiped us out in Seeding 2. Them and their freaking Dracos. Dracos and Draconians are two different races. The bosses are Dracons. Dragons. The dragons are the ones who created the Dracos. But the dragons themselves were created by the Omicrons. So the Omicrons are the highest level reptiles. They're also part dinoid dinosaur. Dinosaurs are not from Earth, Vatos. Dinosaurs are from Orion. They come out of Vega, planet Vega, and Orion. That's where these beings are coming out of, not from Earth. So if you see reptiles here, it's not from Earth. Wait, I don't want to get that confused. That's something else. But realize that your question to serpent, that's Inky. You start saying serpent, Inky. Inky Anunnaki. They don't look human. They put down pretty hybrids down here to look human. And so they can have their souls incarnate into those lower human-looking, pretty, they're called pretty, perfect humans. The Samyasi, Pleiadian Samyasi are dark. They're the ones who are called the Luciferians. These pretty blondes that visited Billy Myers, they were created, and they're wicked, and they live not far away. It's called Nibiru. So that was a long answer to your question. You're dealing with fallen angels, dude. That's who you're talking about. Oh, the last word you said, Garden of Eden. Very interesting, you guys. Eden is a real place on Torah. Eden's real, and it still exists, but it's on a higher version of Earth, on Torah, and it's where we started. We started and came out of Eden of Torah. So, yeah, it was a beautiful, perfect place. And so you see how the Anunnaki are trying to take the story, change some details, and make it look like they're the gods who set it all up. They're the creators who made you. That's bullshit. Anunnaki are part of our race. They're half human. I mean, you don't say accurately human. You say that's not correct. Half blue flame. Way up there. Way up there. They're coming from a cat, a feline aquatic ape. The Anu Elohim don't even look human either. They're aquatic apes. Imagine what an aquatic ape looks like. Well, they made some mermaid series. Those are kind of like aquatic apes. Check it out. So the Anu Elohim are the ones who create the Anunnaki. The Omicron are the ones who create the reptiles. So even those beings, those nasty beings, even have higher ups. Whoa, I think I went too far. Yeah, okay. Cat in the know. Thank you, Holy One. You're so kind. Much respect. Keep it up. I will. Thank you. One love, Machiwa. Thank you, Lola. You're so kind, Holy One. You guys are awesome. I do this for you. Much respect. Lisa Wallace, also supporting Christos Avatar. Thank you, guys. This is so awesome. Let me light this. Oh, it is light. All are God, KOFCC. You said it. You said it. Yeah, Yahweh is a negative, and for many reasons. And we go over that a lot here. And so does Voyagers too. You can check. And there's many workshops where Ashiana is talking about these fallen angelic beings, also AKA Anunnaki and reptiles. And you guys, there's actually in modern day 2023 alien UFO type of activity, there's another major faction, not just Anunnaki and reptiles. They're called the Necromatons. And both the Anunnaki and reptilians fear these guys, according to Ashiana. Because they were also involved, both the Anunnaki and reptiles were both involved with World War I, World War II. Even Pearl Harbor, they're involved. Get that shit. And so here comes a new race called the Necromaton. Wow. They're the ones who make the Men in Black, Vatos. Men in Black. These are beetle people. And that's why when you hear people talking about Men in Black, they don't look human when you see them. Why they look weird and shit? Because they're not human. And they have a bad genetics to look like humans, so they don't go over so well. So the Necromatons are very powerful, and they're just so you guys know, we don't talk much about them, but some people, when you can see suddenly, whoa, you see someone's eyes change to reptile. Well, sometimes you'll see like a turtle being or a beetle being. That's a Necromaton. And they're freaking master geneticists, just like these beings. They all mess around with our DNA and make DNA hybrids to try to make it, to try to blend on our planet. So you can look up Necromaton, but they're another powerful hybrid Anunnaki reptilians. They're what you call Draco Anu Dracos. Anu, Anunnaki, Draco, Draconians. They're half and half. So there's a faction of bad guys called Anunnaki, a faction of bad guys called Draconians, and then there's a third faction called Anunnaki Draconians. Together. Like two gangsters mixed together. That's the Necromatons, dude. That's why the Necromatons got up to 11 strands of DNA by combining with the Anunnaki, which are also 11 strand. See, that's an important point to make. Humans are 12 strand. These powerful Anunnaki are only 11. And they will always be 11 unless they change their ways and do a host matrix. You know what that is? That's another conversation. There is forgiveness in the Guardians, not in the Bible, not with a wicked Jehovah. There's no forgiveness there. In reality, the Guardians hey, their love, principle of love, that doesn't change. Okay, so if one of these Nephilim approach the guardian, say, I want to go back, I want to return to light, you can. They want to take their 11th strand and learn how to get their 12th strand. Well, that's what they're doing now, you guys. On Earth, you're going to find indigo children, type 3. Indigo type 3 have an Nephilim soul and an Oraphim angel soul in one body. So those of you right now who out here who are indigo type 3s, you have an angel and a devil in you. Sometimes the devil's taking the main focus. Sometimes it's your angel. It's an agreement. The Nephilim agreed. The Oraphim indigo agreed. It's an agreement to heal an 11 strand being to return to 12 strand. Christos, to return to be Christed again. And remember what Christed means, really, according to the Guardians. Christos means you have the DNA to leave the entire time matrix. You can't do that with 11 strand. You can't leave the time matrix until you have 12. Remember, there's 3 more levels, but you can leave at 12. There's 13, 14, and 15, but you can leave as soon as you have 12 because you can leave at that Stargate. Okay? So maybe some of these dark beings are sick and tired of being stuck in an 11th dimension. And so they'll make a change and say, okay, and by the way, it's very interesting. This is what Thoth was doing. Thoth wanted to be good once. And because of that, he almost got his 12th strand, but he stopped. He stopped at 11.5 and betrayed the Guardians. As soon as he got his 11.5, he now has an immortal body. Thoth is an immortal because he did that. He stole. This is one of the big dramas about Thoth. It ties right into the Emerald Tablets. Thoth stole the 11th plate. And with that knowledge, and now his new alignment to the dark illuminated ones, well, now he twisted the Emerald Order teachings and made it Emerald Tablets. Like, he's glorifying himself as being this masterful being of knowing all this knowledge. Bullshit. He used to be a guardian, stole this, betrayed them, and now, you know, dude, and I mean betray, Thoth has done some horrible things to guardians. So he betrayed us, and big time, and murdered a lot of the Enochian Jehovians. Even though Enoch was his buddy, he betrayed Enoch too. So they're, you know, cutthroats, you know, there's no honor among thieves, right? There's no honor among fallen angelics. Now Enoch flip-flop. Enoch did this. He went good, bad, fuck you, good, bad, F you again, good, bad. Make up your mind, Vato. Enoch, hello. He did the same shit. He took some of the guardian teachings and made his own teachings, so he glorified himself. Now you got Enoch's books. Bullshit. They're both copyright. You know my 30-second video that has 130,000 views on YouTube now? Oh, people don't get it. They don't understand. They don't like that. What? There's more people who dislike that video, but because it's so popular and controversial, now it's a big video on my channel. I just wanted to bring that up because some of you maybe you love Thoth. Yeah. And some people are trying to correct me. It's not Thoth, it's Thoth. It's Thoth. It's Thoth. No, it's not. Why don't you look and find out? Find out how Egyptians say Thoth, not how some punk-ass American says Thoth. Okay? Look how the Egyptians pronounce Thoth. Just saying. So, Enoch has something to do with when there's times he's flip-flopping, make up your mind, brother. Well, he had made these teachings about the fallen angels coming down and corrupting the females, having sex with our beautiful females, of course, right? And now, what happens? You have part Jehovian, part human. Part Jehovian, part human? Nephilim. Nephilim. The Hebrews love Nephilim. It's in your Bible, Nephilim. Hello, Nephilim. Part human, part Jehovian. Super DNA compared to our DNA on 3D Earth. Of course we got our asses kicked. Much respect to you guys. A lot of you know this material, but there's also beginners here. Just realize that we learn this stuff about the dark ones because we want to know what the F is going on. If you don't know what the F is going on, it's because you're watching the Bible or some other religion that has a very angry, dark God and that says that you must, just the other night, right? We had someone come in and say, oh, women needed to be saved, so God sent the Savior. That was a good one, right? Because women are just come out of the godly male's rib cage. It's just a little insignificant creature there, even though you came out of that being's body. So insignificant, huh? Oh, you're the holy male, but you came birthed out of it, out of the female, a lowly female. So stupid, right? Same as stupidity as people still making problems about skin color, huh? Let's take care of that right now. Also in Voyagers 2 and Atlantis and Lemuria. Earth seeds. Earth seeds. What are they doing anyways? Well, we'll talk about it next. Earth seeds. There's 5 earth seeds, right? Yeah. 5 earth. No. It's confusing because strand 1 has two races. But anyways, there's 5 different color skins, Vato. Lemurians brought the brown skin. The Lemurian starseeds brought the brown skin, and they're called Ur-Antrian. The Ur-Antrian are the starseeds that assisted the Lemurians, and they had brown skin. Beings from the stars brought brown skin. Atlanteans, the next Earthseed race, they brought red skin. Atlanteans were red skinned like Native Americans. Okay? So we have now 2 skin colors. Now we brought the next race after Atlanteans is us, the Aryan. The Aryan brought the white skin. And I didn't say Atlantis starseed, did I? Their starseed is called Brenoa. Antrian, Brenoa. Now the white skin, us, in our age, we're just one of the main races. It's called Hibaru. They brought the white skin. Now we got 3 skin races. Now the future, after us, after we're gone and shit, there's another yellow skin race called Muvarian. Now we got capacity for foreskin. The Muvarians are the Melchizedek's Vatos. That's their starseed, Melchizedek. Now the next race, the next Earthseed race, is bringing in after the yellow skin is the black skin. So now we have the Uniseti, starseed, bringing in black skin. Hello. Think about this. Isn't it weird that we're living on a planet that has different skin colors? Right? Well, this is why, you guys. And now I'll get back to the part I wanted to tell you. What are we doing here? What are all these starseeds doing? Progressively, each race that comes and goes, Lemurians came and left. Atlanteans came and left. Now we're here. We will eventually leave. And then the Muvarian yellow skin will be here. And then they will eventually leave. And then the black skin, they're called, the Earthseed race is called Unchechi. The Unchechi are the ones bringing in the 6th strand. So we have all these skin tones, and we're making hatred over it. Okay, we're not aliens. We're not different and like strange and weird. We're all coming from planet Earth, and it's because of a hybridization going on. Lemurians, no, first the Polarians, Hyperboreans, Lemurians. This is a progression of a DNA hybridization. We're trying to, the Lemurians brought 2-strand. Atlanteans brought 3rd strand. No. The Lemurians brought in strand 2. The Atlanteans brought in strand 3. Us. That's why we're supposed to be working on the 4th strand. Where the Aryans are bringing in 4th strand. And the 5 strands are bringing in, the Aryans are bringing the 5 strand. So this is a progression. This was millions of years ago. The Hyperboreans and the Polarians. The Lemurians were about 75,000. The Atlanteans were about 72,000 years ago. And this was us now. A while back, but now too. So we're going to go and be gone and bye-bye. And more humans will be here. With different color skins and stuff. So stop this nonsense with racism. It's so nonsense. You know, there's an explanation. The Guardians have an explanation of why we have all these skin colors on one planet. That doesn't make sense. Well, now it does. Because it's a hybridization that is progressively happening over time. And that's exactly what the the Atlanteans, the Anunnaki, that's exactly why the Anunnaki and the other fallen angelics are trying to stop it. F with it. Distort it. Because they're against us. They're against our race because they want our planet. So they'll F with us and make sure we don't get our 12th strand. So they dilute your DNA, man. From those ancient days, not just now, but they're doing it now too. Because you know who rules the governments? It's these beings that we just mentioned. And so we have to be mindful of these things. We have to know what's up so we can watch out for these landmines. There's a lot of dangerous things in the New Age movement and religions. Very dangerous things. That's why we're awakening. We're awakening and learning all these materials that these starseeds are bringing us. These guardians. And some of you are these holy guardians. Awakening to that identity. We're awakening to these identities, you guys. Oceana's material, the guardian material, our indigo material is the only thing on the planet that can activate you, that can help you understand. You are not getting these lessons and these understandings and these downloads from religion. You're getting reverse shit from them. You become in fear. You become ashamed. You become, what is that shit? That's the opposite of what you want to be. You don't want to do blind worship. You're not subservient. You don't put down women. You don't abuse the animal and plant kingdoms. Hello. Let me, my lights aren't here, guys. Let's go get my lights. And maybe look around for a little bit. Yeah, I need my little lights to shine up my face a little bit more. It's gonna get dark. I don't know about you guys, but when I found Ashana Dean and her work in 2010, man, it answered all my freaking questions. There's nothing on the planet that is this caliber. Shiva. Wakaya. Shutasa. Queer. Oh, I forgot my staff. I was gonna grab my staff, but it's in my storage. That's okay, we'll be okay. Let me bring out the selfie stick. What's up, homies? It's pretty out here, huh? It's lovely. Yes. Welcome to Christos Avatar. See that sounds about. This is when you do sun gazing, when it's going down, or in the morning when it's coming up. That is when the sun is the least dangerous for your eyes, and it's not even dangerous, guys. I've done it many times. It doesn't harm your eyes, and actually, you start to see what's actually in that energy. You realize you can look at it, and you realize it's alive and moving. Just saying. You know, out here, you don't have toilet. You have to go somewhere and go pee. Look at the valley. Woo! I feel good, do 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 do, like I know that I would. Do do. Usually the temperature will start dropping. Yeah, baby, we're coming alive. We know it's. Let me at least grab my rattle, my shaman rattle, okay? We're the ones on the planet bringing our. Hey, you guys know how you're getting downloads and shit? Well, you're sending out your own downloads to others who are still needing to get some of those downloads. You are carriers of codes. Remember that. Okay, you guys are gonna fall into your mastery. I feel that's what I'm personally doing. I am like, you know, aligning myself and changing myself. You see me. I'm transparent. I will eat junk food in front of you, but tell you, hey, I am changing, and I am. I'm on day 5, no smoking. I'm on alkaline diet now, and hey, it's about change, and it's about time. The time is now. And I found these out here. I found 3 of these out here. This is energy. This is consciousness. And the sooner you understand that, like my incense or crystals or shaman things like this is all you expanding your morph field, getting downloads from these different things. Like I go to drum circles. I'm getting downloads. I'm getting activated. I'm getting into my spirit. I'm getting into my memory. I'm getting into my DNA. I will speak light languages. You can speak light languages because it's in your DNA. Moko, yes. And that's exactly why those fallen angelics want your DNA, want your body, want you converted to their darkness, their shadow, their ego, their pride. Okay? That's where you see all that shit show up in Jehovah. You know, the exact things you don't want to be. We want to find a system that teaches us not fear, guilt, shame, subservience. Oh, more like teachings that talk about love and joy and grace and bliss and mindfulness and how to be this way, how to do it. Mokoye, masutas. Coming into our power, vatos. It's about, you know, you within yourself just decide, man, that you're gonna serve light and say, okay, I'm gonna serve light. I'm learning all these things of what I'm doing that's not good for my spirit. And yes, your soul, which is a second density level of your consciousness, not something indwelling you. Oh, you're gonna lose your soul into the lake of fire. Hello! When you learn the mechanics and learn what a real soul is, that sounds so corny and ridiculous. Mochiwa Makaya. Feel alive, man. And look, you can feel alive even without medicine. I'm not saying stop, I'm just saying it's possible. I didn't think so for a long time. I will do it every great once in a while, but I'm waiting till this feeling stops. Because I know I still have some shit in my body that might take several weeks to clear, like maybe a month to clear, right? I'm just trying to figure it out on my own self. That's so weird, these little things here. That's so weird looking. It's like, I'm thinking there's a little fox in there, a little creature made his home in there. I don't know, I'm not gonna go near it. And then you got weird shit like humans just leave the weirdest shit around here. What the F is that? A metal pole from something, I don't know. Yeah, baby. Just breathing in. Ah, yeah. I like how that valley over there, you can see that sun shining through that valley. Pretty cool. Look, my crown's on fire. My crown's on fire. Yes, it is, vatos. I'm like walking in the desert in my sandals. Why not? Why not walk barefoot, vatos? I walk barefoot every day here. You connect to the earth. Feel her, man. Feel your own energies through her energies. That's actually pretty beautiful, huh? Might make a nice sunset in a little bit. Especially with those clouds there. Mokoye. I love you guys, man. Seriously, man. I had some of you guys come and go, but there's a lot of you still hanging around who are inspired or are learning this code. I'm one of the few publicly speaking about it now. Ireland Clark doesn't speak about this information anymore. I love you, Ireland. We can still talk and have an interview. Just know that she no longer talks about it, and she said that herself. So I'm one of the main ones who are kind of getting bigger, talking about it. And I have to get used to a lot of people bashing the information, or it just doesn't jive with them. They just can't, they what? No, God, believe in Jesus and died on the cross for your sins and all this. We're not going to disrespect your belief. If that's what you believe, then believe. But realize Jeshua never was sacrificed. Oh, someone was. And there's one of those three Jeshuas. There's three Jeshua. Obviously, two of them are not the right one. You guys, I have to go pee. Seriously. I'll put the camera up for 25 seconds. There. Look at that. While I go pee real quick. Out here. Don't fall down. Smells so good out here. Sorry, guys. And this is like, if you're like in nature, you could actually wash your hands with the dirt. That's not very dirty. More powder. I still use my dude wipes, of course. Yeah, I was so happy there was some wind today. To me, I call that grace, because otherwise it's a little bit miserable. Because I didn't remember I didn't have a tent today. I was trying to hide from the shade everywhere I could. I would go hide behind a tree. I love you guys, man. We'll sit back down and talk some more. I'm glad you're here with me. I know, you can just tell. You look at each other here, right? Look at each other. You guys are awakening. You get it. Even if you don't understand all the teachings, you know there's something sacred here. Something is really precious. The Christos information is very precious, guys. It's not just because my channel is called Christos. I just mean the information, the people are called Christos. And the word Christos, that's what the guardians call Christ. Okay, you call Christ, they call Christos. Mokoye. I like learning this Lyran language, and I want to maybe say something very easy. It's in my membership area, but I'll just tell it to you. Shaddai Ure Akuntun. Shaddai Ure Akuntun. Shaddai Ure Akuntun. Say it 3 times. It's Lyran language. You know those Anuhazi, Lyran, lion, feline hominids. Christos. You want to speak Christos? You're learning Christ language. Literal Christ language. Here's another Christ language. Omedai Patuma. Omedai Patuma. Patuma edeta ekuna. Omedai Patuma. Treti lai dermna. Treti lai dermna. Derma ekenta ekuna. Omedai Patuma. That was one. You're supposed to say that whole verse 3 times. And I put that also in my membership, and you guys can listen to it and see how people sing it. Other people sing it on SoundCloud. And so I try to make it easy for you guys. Easier than Ashana, because she's advanced. She's not always easy to understand. That's where my job comes in. And some of us are trying to help each other understand some of this. Because what took me years might take you guys a lot less, right? So I gotta make sure I crack this open more for the, so no rats or mice get in there. I can't do it all the way because my light will come on. And that will kill my battery, so I have to go down right about there. I only put it down when the sunlight's directly hitting my battery. I don't know if that hurts it, but I don't want it to do that. And there's my bed for tonight. No tent. This is actually my tent. It doesn't take long. It's an instant tent. I take that back. It does take long, because when you put the rain fly on, that takes more time. Then you got to spike it down to the ground. That takes more time. So it's still an instant tent, and it's faster, but still, you still have to go through some time. And I will be putting on a flannel soon. Whoa, dragonfly! Dragonfly! Wow, dude. Whoa, another dragonfly. I get so excited like a kid, right? That's one of my spirit guides, dude. Shit, it's going around me. Too fast. It's too fast, but it's hanging around this area. I'm like, what? I love dragonflies. Dude, one time at a park, I was just walking back to my truck or something, and I noticed a dragonfly in front of me. I'm like, whoa, my spirit guide. And then I start walking towards it just carefully, real carefully. And it's moving the same speed as I am. And what? And then I keep walking, and it's moving the same distance, same speed. That was so freaking weird. I thought it was conscious and just like playing with me or something. I don't know. But the seahorse is one of my spirit guides, and also the thunderbird and the phoenix. I have some really, the Pegasus is my main spirit guide, and dolphin. Okay, and I have a lot of birds like the hawk and the owl and the raven and we have the that wasn't a dragonfly. But yeah, guys, even though that's shamanism, there's still a lot of, you guys connect to animals. Maybe some of you connect to the wolf. What is it doing? It's just gone. What the fuck is he doing? Do they eat? Is he eating little gnats or something, or what? I don't know. Maybe he's eating gnats, and I think I'm special. Whoa. I think maybe he is feeding. Who knows? But yeah, that looks cool in the background, the sky, huh? Yeah, when I don't have a tent, the bugs can come around here. Sky blue crystal in the house. Joe Hortz, sending love from Aussie. You're awake at this time? Yeah, dragonfly is magical. Like, they all have their medicine. They all have their energy. And all you have to do, guys, is like, for example, put dragonfly energy or medicine meaning. Or it could help if you put dream, because sometimes people dream these things, and then a lot of people put that in their search. Dragonfly dream meaning. Something like that. Or put dragonfly shamanism meaning. Make up your own choice, and find how it relates to you. Find out, it'll give you ideas of why this consciousness, right, is coming into your life, and why at this time. Okay, so you find that out within yourself and within your own spiritual journey. And you'll realize that you're never alone. There's a lot of spirits who are on your side. Oh yeah, there's dark ones, but you find the good ones, right? And for me, it was these beings like the eagle and like the bear and like all at different times in my life, even something like the beaver, something like the pelican. These are all things that came into my life at different stages. They had different meanings. See, like the beaver, one of the characteristics is productivity. That's a time for me to be productive, for example. And so I don't mean go around and act like a beaver. It means the characteristics, the traits that relate to the human, to your life. And things don't just show up in your life for no reason. Just like you have dreams for a reason, certain dreams. Just the same reason why you meet certain people at certain times in your life. Or you learn certain knowledge or have certain interests in a certain periods of your life. You start to pay attention to all these, just like some people are paying attention to numbers. 333, 555, 12, 12, 11, 11, all that. All these little things, not just one, but many things happening around your spiritual journey, where you start to get sort of like proof, right? Sort of like hey, this is beyond normal statistics, and it keeps happening. That's like, whoa, a sign. You're not alone. There's other spiritual energies that may be coming to you as an insect, may be coming to you in a dream. Something that doesn't frighten you. Maybe you're not ready to hear about aliens and star seeds coming to visit you, but maybe a dragonfly is okay, right? We learn these things, these lessons in our journey. And so I hope you guys found comfort in some of your spirit guides. I mean, even the whale is one of my spirit guides. And when I went to Hawaii, which was a very special trip in its own merit, because I know I just saw pieces of Lemuria, right? Well, I was at the beach, a very private one, and I saw a whale jump out of the water, dude. What the F, right? So these beings will come into your lives. One time I saw, even cat. Cat is a big deal to have a spirit guide. There's a lot of amazing things about this energy. And so you will find comfort in some of these animal spirit guides. First thing you should do is, because you'll see something out of the ordinary, go look up what that animal means. Just like I gave you examples. Like one time, I've had many lucid dreams with dolphins. And there was a few where I was in the water, and there was a giant, or not a giant, a monster, a creature, a negative being, that I had to deal with. But then this dolphin came and rescued me, had me on her back, and took me away from the danger. And it was a lucid dream. I even had a lucid dream with the fox. The fox in a period of my life was very active, but then slowly disappeared in my life. I learned my lessons with that medicine, with that teaching. So shamanism is very, I'm not saying go replace it with Christos. Forget about it and just go to Christos. I mean, there's things you can explore in these other systems, but just know when you start getting into some, like anything that's against the law of one, you'll start to back off from that kind of stuff. But I find, like, when I was seeing my fox, man, the most amazing thing I've ever had with any of these spirit guides, it allowed me, or I didn't even know it was happening until I thought about it. I'm like, because I've seen this being a lot of times in my lucid dreams, and I was petting it, and I was feeling its body. Dude, I was in bed. I was still having the lucid dream, and I woke up and I'm feeling the body, and I'm like loving the little fox, and I don't realize, dude, you're touching a spirit body. I'm like, holy shit. I felt the body. I was petting it, and it was unbelievable. And every time I saw the fox, it was full of energy. It was always jumping up and loving, kissing and loving. It was very, very positive. You think it's a sneaky spirit guy, tricky. No, it was very loving, very protective. One of my most protective spirit guides is a wasp. You would think that would scare you, but no. I love wasps. I think they're beautiful. And I even, you know how you can go into those crafts, certain spiritual shops, and get a acrylic of a real scorpion inside of it? You can see a clear picture of it inside the clear block. Well, I found one of a wasp. And so I got one of those. And one of them used to be a praying mantis, was my spirit guide. So I put another one in this hand and the wasp in this hand. You can feel their energies. It's a real body of a real insect inside acrylic. They even do ones with tarantulas. Another one, believe it or not, was centipede. That was another one of my spirit guides. So I had insects, birds, and they all show up for different reasons. See, part of our activities that we deal with in our life, now that you've woken up, you guys have waking up, you're going to get interactions with different spirits like that. Think of that as a spirit contacting you, because it is. They come to you in the form of a scorpion, in the form of a bird like you that you're connected to, come to you in a dream, or like I experienced. Dude, that freaks me out when they're coming right towards my face. And go away. So you guys, just my advice. You should revere spirit. Revere spirit. These are more advanced beings in a greater place than us, who can offer healing, protection, communication, love, all these things. They can offer you assistance in your spiritual journey. So why not? If you're too afraid and you push them away, well, that's your choice. But realize most of the time, this is your own spirit family, your own soul family. You're coming to you, visiting you, not as an alien to scare you, but as a simple, familiar, symbolic symbol. And that's where we're picking up lessons in our spiritual journey. That's where we're picking up codes, downloads, uploads, whatever you want to call them. I love you. Mastaka, yeah. Oh, you guys, you probably already did it, but as a poll, like we're going to do a poll right now. What is your favorites? What is your top 3 spirit guides? And write them after, comma, Mine would be Pegasus. Like, I don't mean important, like one's better than the other. I mean like the most significant, special. Mine would be definitely Pegasus for 1. The Wasp. I mean, I can't just go 3. I had too many beautiful memories with several of them, so I can't really do that, but the dolphin was very special. And here's the thing, guys, you're not getting little statues of a dolphin, for example, a little stuffed animal. I would get stuffed animals. Of the fox, for example. I would get little beautiful sculptures of dolphins. I would have the presence of this symbology, because the symbolism is powerful. Oh, most people have a symbol of Jesus on the cross being sacrificed. Well, I'm going to have a pleasant, beautiful spirit guide as a little, people would call that a totem, like Native Americans talk about totems. And they're into the spirit animals, big time. Native Americans. They say that you also have a power animal. And I know when I was younger, mine was a black panther. That thing was my power animal. I outgrew that when I got older, but then it started coming into these freaking amazing spirits. And like I said, you'll see them. You'll see them. You can interact with them. And they'll show up and like, whoa, like in the right time when that's more than just a common little animal flying around or running around. It's like some people think you're stupid. Like, what are you talking about? It's just a little bird. That's an animal. What? You guys, these people haven't opened to the cosmic consciousness, right? They don't know that these beings are part of God. You're part of God. There's spirit communicates in different ways than humans. We use consciousness. You can have mind to mind, telepathy, okay? Even if you haven't developed telepathy, then you have still these spiritual antenna, you have spiritual Wi-Fi, and it's only going to get better. I'm developing mine, reaching out farther and farther. You're developing yours. Maybe you can reach up to the 4th dimension now. Maybe the 6th dimension, maybe higher. That's what we do. We're priests of light. We're Jedi. We're learning to be Skywalkers. Okay? We're not meant to be ordinary. We're extraordinary. We're from divine worlds. It's all God, it's all divine, but I'm saying higher evolved worlds that we would see them and say, you know, just think they're just aliens or angels. And they are both. Birds acting like my pets, landing right on me. Yeah. Well, my dog was with me in the astral once. Really? Well, they say, like cats, for example, too, they could be working with you. And, you know, witches and stuff, they call it your familiar. You don't have to be a witch to have a familiar, but I'm just saying, you develop a personal relationship with these beings. And you guys, I know that a lot of the magic can be dark, but there's also some good where you're actually understanding from maybe a Christos point of view that you can work with energies and these beings in a magical way, in a good way, benevolent way. I will finish the spirit guide topic off right here. One time, like crow was very active in my life. One time I saw 12 crows flying above my head. Okay? And even though the duck is not my spirit guide, right after that same day, I saw 12 ducks flying across the sky. What the F, dude? Okay, is there something else that's going to be 12 today? You know, 12, 12, 12. But that was at least a 12, 12. I don't know what the ducks were about, but there was 12 of them, and the crows were above my head like this, flying. 12 crows, and I was on the top of a mountain, like one of those mountains. Not this time, but previously when I was out here. Crazy, crazy stuff, man. But the fox, that was the most incredible thing. I've seen the bumblebee lucid. The bumblebee lucid. And that is a connection to royalty of the bumblebee. I also had a connection to the monarch butterfly, which is another royalty. You start to look at the library of spirit guides you have, you start to see some of your connections to races and beings. One of the things we talk about here is the blue flame and the races it creates. The gold flame, all the races that come out of the gold flame, and the races that come out of the violet flame. And then you check and see which ones you feel connected to. That can give you a clue, a sign of what your homies are. So, much respect to you guys and your spirit guides. 84 people, all right. Awesome, you guys. Or 84 likes, 81 people. Good night, Christopher. Good night, Divinely Abundant. I'll be going in about 20 minutes. Yeah, spelling. And Ashana, I never got those lights. I never got the lights. And I'll put my flannel on too. They call it light, sound, symbol code, and the base codes of matter. And we use light, color. Color is a waveform of light. We use different colors, and you use sound. You can use mantra. You can use words. Speech is power, especially we know how it works. Okay, words used to have a lot of meaning. Words were power in the ancient days, and they spoke them. And now it's like distortion, like everything else is distorted. But you can still learn words of power, understand? Sound, and mixed it with light and color and symbol codes, like the 6-pointed star in the middle of your head, in the middle of where your pineal gland is connected. Most of the chakra are connected to a gland, besides the morphogenetic ones outside your body, but you realize this is the thymus gland, okay? This is the part of your brain, like the thalamus, not just the pineal, but the thalamus, and also all these organs like the heart will connect to the heart, physical heart. Well, these are glands that are connected to the current, you would say the nadis, you have the channels of energy. All of it has a network, like roads and wires, cabling, you know. What's up, Vatos? How you doing? Oh, butterfly. That's another one of my spirit guides. I said monarch butterfly, but butterflies in general. I love butterflies. Very peaceful, very beautiful energy, positive. And when they show up around you in inconspicuous, unexpicuous ways, there's a reason. And that's when the human should start to pay attention. Oh yeah. Achiwa. It's off. Did the wrong button, huh? That's why I'm checking. That's the wrong way, Vato. Well, it's been a nice hot day, but when I go to sleep, it's gonna be cold. It's that time of year where there's two extremes still at once, you know? Is Starman here, guys? Did he show up? I wasn't sure. I didn't see the chat, all the chat. Yeah, cursing. Well, do you mean profanity or do you mean like casting spells? Yeah, yeah, you don't want to do either one, actually. You want to realize that that's part of the darkness. And we sometimes have grown up with that stuff as kids, as teenagers, as adults. We'll have dark habits. We don't even realize it sometimes. Like some of the things I was like, I think now were despicable. Despicable. I'm like angry at myself, but I can't be angry at myself. I love myself. I know that that was learning lessons. So don't carry around guilt, guys, even if you thought you were horrible before. Realize that you made changes and you did have to suffer. I had to suffer. I certainly suffered. Physically, mentally, and well, especially physically. You'll get disease, sickness, when your mind is distorted. So I ended up getting some sicknesses, like, well, it's personal, but you know, I had to deal with it for decades. Terrible pains. We got to purify and cleanse our bodies, purify and cleanse our consciousness, do shadow work. That means take care of all your dark thoughts. Start paying attention to your thoughts. Every time you do a dark thought, stop it. Next dark thought, stop. Say the opposite. Reverse it. And continue on. Eventually you get to the point where you won't even be doing that. You'll just be used to not thinking that way, acting that way. We're about change. Good, positive change. We serve light and we're examples of light. Maybe we'll mess up sometimes and say fuck or shit and excuse me. You know, you'll say something and not regret, but you correct. Just like that's what healing is. It's correcting the distortion. And just politely correct yourself. Don't be mad at yourself. Don't be calling yourself stupid. Get used to not being like egotistical, but you're confident. You have conviction. You know that you made a little, you know, like a habit, a habitual thing. We're trying to fix those habitual things. So Chico, it's not easy, guys. Especially when you know that some of the times when you want to get out of these negative energies, it also means you have to break up with people. You have to not be in the same relationships anymore. You have to change your relationships, change your friends, let go of people in your life. That's not fun, right? But you know, you're serving Big Rat. Big Rat. It wasn't Peanut. Just one of the habitat, one of the locals. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that twice. Local inhabitants. Peanut's probably looking for his food. He go like, where's my bread? Where's my peanuts? This guy's just next to that area. He's just, I don't know, looking around. They're probably not too afraid of me since I'm nice. I'm not trying to attack them or rush after them. I respect life. He's got a little home, a little routine. This rat or consciousness is God. Just like my consciousness is God, your consciousness is God. We just forgot about it and became distorted in our distorted worlds. I mean, our levels of the reality are distorted. So we have a little bit of distortion. And part of that distortion is forgetting how great we are, forgetting our true higher identities, our higher consciousness. That's what this awakening is about, guys, remembering our true identities. And when we develop our psychic perceptions, our chakra, you know, you won't be a human anymore, just a normal human anymore. You'll be dealing with aliens and multidimensional entities and spirits. You'll be dealing with guardians and spaceships. I've already been dealing with that in my life. UFOs, aliens, spirits, Christos avatar beings. You will see them and experience them because you're developing yourself more and more and more. You're bringing in more codes. You know, one of the things that Ashana describes in Ascension is when you're going through and living life, you're in the hollow fields, you're in the dimensional fields. What are you doing in the dimensional fields? What are we doing living life in the third dimension? We're getting the codes from the third dimension into our body, which is your strand of DNA. You cannot have strand three strands unless you lived in the third dimension. You also can't have a fifth strand. Wow, there's no fifth strand unless you lived there. So eventually you'll live there and develop it. The Lemurian developed strand 2. The Atlantean developed strand 3. You know, we were developing them over time. Unless you use ascension mechanics and do it in one lifetime. Yeah! That's what we're going to do. You're going to learn about your crystal body, your morphogenetic field, ascension codes, fire letters. You're going to learn about your plasma body. You're going to learn about your different bodies. Wow! This is science, spiritual science coming from the stars, baby. What's up? Of course. Now there's 91. Now we can't leave. We gotta Chihuahua. But you guys, it is a lot of things happening, right? On the planet. Some of it's kind of scary. But you also realize there's a spiritual war. And there are aliens. There are fallen angels. That's what angels are. And we talk about the different matter forms. as you go through the dimensions, your body is changing, your consciousness is changing, your chakras are evolving, your consciousness and connection to God is expanding, because we're bringing in from each dimension more consciousness. You're getting dimension 3 consciousness. We're going to be in astral, bringing in the 4th consciousness, archetype consciousness, which is 5D. We're going to be bringing those in by living in those dimensions, living lives, sometimes as a boy, sometimes as a girl, male, female. The female dies, becomes a male. The male dies, becomes a female. They alternate. Those are called twin flames. You are living once as a male, once as a female, which is a coupling. That's not a romantic thing. That's what the Ashana D material tells you about. This is not a romantic thing. This is you in 2 different bodies and in 2 different time vectors, not on Earth at the same time. But a lot of New Agers love this new violet flame shit, or no, not violet flame. You know, soul mate, soul flame. What do they call it? Soul flame? Soul flame? Something flame. You guys, it's BS. It's New Age. It's 2 separate lifetimes that you live. Not some pretty girl that you're going to fall in love with forever and ever. Not some handsome, perfect man that's your lover. Perfect. No, it's New Age BS. Sorry to bust your bubble or to be insensitive to you. I'm not trying to be. Realize that it is you as a boy, you as a girl, but in 2 different time vectors, because you need that DNA and that DNA, and then the next DNA and the next DNA. Eventually, you won't be male and you won't be female. You'll be androgynous. So, and that's in higher incarnations. When you're in carbon crystal, I didn't get my light. Let's get my light. And if you guys have liked anything you say or anything you're learning tonight, please consider supporting Christos Avatar. There's a little donation button. It's a form of a $sign. Machiwa, thank you so much. Makoya. I'm grabbing my camping lights because it's already dark out there. It's gonna be nightfall soon. Yeah, I got this. Got this light, and I got. Okay. Chwas. I should give Peanut his food, because he's probably awake. If the rat is out, I'm sure Peanut is looking like, hey, what's up? What's up, man? That sounds good, but I can't eat that food anymore. I gotta be serious and stick to, you know. I love that alkaline chili. I can't wait to eat it again tomorrow. I'm sure the black, what the hell? What the shit, dude? I smell a weird smell. Anyways. I'm gonna see if I have it here. Like he's not really afraid of me at all. He'll come out and like 1 foot away from me, 2 feet away from me, he was grabbing his bread. There's my avocados, but I'm waiting for them to get softer. I'm gonna start drinking green tea. This is good for my lung issue. This green tea is known to have those attributes to help lung detox. I'm like, I think I'm just gonna give him his peanuts because I can reach him, and he will get food later, of course, if I'm still here. Hopefully I'm in the house soon, right? Hopefully within a couple days. If not, that means I got to apply somewhere else. And he lives right in there somewhere. Hopefully that other rat doesn't take his food, because that was not Peanut. Peanut's small. And that Black Widow's right over there. But let me close this bag. Enable flash. If I can see. I actually can't see without my glasses, but sorta I can see. See, those little flying bugs are gonna get stuck in it. Wait. Oh, I was looking in the wrong area. Man, she got a nice little web. Any insect that flies into it, it's history, man. Oh, shit. We'll look for spirit orbs, too. But there's so much bugs out here. They'll be flying towards the camera, too. Yeah, see, now it's changing the light. So this is what you call boondocking in the nature. Whoa, my feet are gonna be cold too, but I'll deal with that. Okay, we got this lamp. Let me see. This is usually the one that works best. But yeah, we'll deal with bugs and crap. There. Got this one too, but it makes my camera flicker for some reason. See, it's flickering. It's not supposed to do that. I'm not gonna have a flicker, dude. Sorry, guys. But we're all on a spiritual journey, and I gotta keep this on high, that's why. Keep it on high. And move it a little over to the left. Right? Okay. But a lot of people, like when they're on a spiritual journey, they're not like go so deep as we do, right? Because we get into reality and how it's made and what the structure is. We go into the, things like the soul, the oversoul, the avatar, and higher. We talk about what God really is. God's not a boy. God's not a girl. God doesn't have a body, so there's no sex organs. It's so ridiculous if you think about it. It's such a shallow definition of God to think it's some boy who's angry. God is a consciousness that doesn't have a body, guys. Because there's different levels of reality that is made by Creator. Creator made these levels, and every level is a higher, more evolved physically. Because we are just familiar with carbon. We think carbon matter's the shit, and that's it. As a matter of fact, we say anything that's not carbon life we think is not real, doesn't have a soul. That's that religion distortion. But anyways, there's more than just carbon. Not in our galaxies and go look for other planets. No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about another separate reality field that has its own galaxies and planets and aliens. That's called a dimension. So science and religion does not recognize dimensions of reality. Spirituality does. You're going to get different, you would say, ideas of that, because people think there's different dimensions and numbers of dimensions. Just realize that everyone is a different you would say the beings from density 3, they look like ghosts to us. They're physical too. They just have less dense bodies. So these ghost-like beings are not ghosts floating and going in and out of reality. No, they're can come through a stargate to our planet, not through light speed like you see in Star Trek. No, they jump through gates. Gates are in planets. They're in suns. There's a sun gates. Okay, there's wormholes. These are all vortices that are natural. There's also unnatural ones, you would say, created by elder races, more evolved races. There's a giant network of multidimensional wormholes and stargates. They don't go light speed, homie. Okay, maybe they have fast ships and stuff, but they are going from one reality to another by stargates, or they're not going anywhere. So, as a human going through a spiritual journey, by the time you go through your death, you're going to go through a spiritual ascension yourself through a stargate. That's how ascension works, through stargates. These teachings by Ashana Dean and the Voyagers and beyond, the Guardian teachings, are, you're going to learn that the stargates are what's being fought over. The stargates are what's transforming your consciousness, because it's coming in from a stargate. These are, by the Guardians, you call them chakra, but the Guardians call them Templar. You go to a different time. You go from 3D and go walk through the Stargate of SG4. You're going to be not in carbon matter, not on Earth. You're going to go, your spirit, because you died, and you now, instead of going to heaven or hell, you're going to either the morph field of your planet, or you're going to the next morph field of the next version of this planet, because you ascended. Or not. Not everyone's expanding their morph field, expanding their consciousness, expanding their light body. Not everyone is getting ascension codes, fire letters. You're not be getting any of that in religion. You're just getting judgment and sacrifice and obedience to a angry, burning angry God. All tall tale signs of wicked being, not loving, blessed being. When you got Jehovah telling Abraham to murder his son and burn him as an offering to the Lord, you know something is not up right there, holy ones. So we go beyond sacrifice and go into hello, how about all our God? How about Creator created everything, not some things? Oh, God, Creator didn't create those naughty beings. What? Huh? What do you think the word created? Creator created everything. So if that's true, how could anything be outside of that creator? Because it turned bad, so it's not with God anymore. That's a distortion. You're saying that, oh, you're not with God, you're outside of God. How did you get outside of God? Like how? Seriously, this is creator. We're all creator. We're all part of the whole. The many are the one. Neo, Morpheus, have you seen The Matrix? You're in a simulation. You're in a reality that God created. All beings, all consciousness within the unified field. That's what the Guardians call it. What's that noise? Holy shit. It's like one of those jackeries. It's not the jackery. It's kind of like a jackery. I didn't know it has a cooling fan. What the hell? I never knew it was going to make this noise. I think this is charged enough, but I'm going to turn this off. Or maybe it doesn't matter if I turn it on. Yeah, turned off. Thank you for your service. because it helped charge my phone while I was recording. So that lighting looks cool, huh? Whoa, we got clouds? Not too many. Not to be worried. I'm more worried about out here when I'm boondocking. I'm more worried about wind. Wind is what can ruin your tent, ruin your day. Those tents do well in rain. No problem. I don't get wet. The bugs don't get inside. And it's an excellent connection to spirit. When you go into nature, you feel good. You connect to those raw energies. Inside the grid, they call it in the grid, you're exposed to a lot of radiation, electromagnetic radiation, or you guys realize how much energy comes out of 5G or electronics or your microwave or your refrigerator? You're all inside that. We're all inside that. Hello, out here, you have a lot less of that. You're still going to get some type of waveforms, right? But we're outside the grid now. So it doesn't mean you have to go and be primitive in survival mode. No, this is just a way of another form of healing. And I would say even walk barefoot unless it's super cold or super hot, right? Unless there's lots of cactus, which there is in the desert, right? But it's all part of your spiritual journey, guys. All your relationships, whether they're narcissists or psychopaths, or they're angels, right? Sweet, loving people. Maybe you found your soulmate. Not twin flame, remember that's a new age concept. Soulmate. What is a soulmate compared? See, a twin flame is the same person having different lives, one as a male, one as a female. A soulmate, that could be an arrangement, could be an agreement before you were. See, that word, soul, we don't talk about from the origin point of view. This is a level of consciousness. We're not at the soul level. We're at the incarnate level. So, but at the soul level, you came down here as a spirit into the fetal integration process. That baby, the little baby embryo. You came into that. You embodied that little body, which over time grew, got bigger, but your consciousness is still who you are. But over the lifetime of your life, you thought, this is you. This is me. I am me. No, this is a body. This is a vehicle for the real you, which is the spirit. Even in religion, they say your spirit goes into the body. Well, in this spirituality, we say the same thing. You're not the body. This DNA is from your thoughts, from your mind, your consciousness, from previous lifetimes. Look in the mirror right now, or anytime you're alone or you haven't done anything to hide or whatever. That is the result of previous thoughts. What you look like now is the result of the thoughts that you were having. Okay? Consciousness is being recorded in your DNA. Your lifetime here is going to reflect in your next life because you're setting up your next life. What you do in this life with your thoughts and your actions, how you treat people, well, that's going into your DNA. That DNA is what projects the hologram, your hologram, okay? So when you do some changes to it, when you make changes in your life, you're affecting your hologram. Now, and the next one, so live a good life so you can have a good hologram, a good experience. Machiwa. Taya Quintana, what a beautiful name. Thank you, Holy One. Much respect to you. Thank you for supporting Crystal's avatar. Real food too. You said it, Jennifer. Man, it was hard work to make my own alkaline electric chili. But it was worth it, man. It tasted delicious. You know, all those spices and vegetables and it's well, some people call them garbanzo beans or chickpeas. And it's Dr. Sebi approved. So if you don't know who Dr. Sebi is, S-E-B-I, an older black gentleman who's no longer with us. Some people think he was murdered because he was teaching us about food, what really is the truth down here about food. This guy, I listened to him and I think he's legit. You're learning about some foods that are man-made, not nature-made. Did you know beans are man-made? I didn't know that. I didn't know a lot of things until I heard Dr. Sebi talking about it. He talks about inflammation and mucus and all the things that can be cured when you take care of those two things. Cured. You're not allowed to say those things, are you? So it's been a journey, and a lot of changes had to be made. I know I had to change a lot of old habits. And I'm not trying to lecture you guys, but even something simple as profanity, even profanity, like I'm not perfect yet, so I got to keep working on it, is a form of distortion, of negativity, remember, we were talking about speech, sound being powerful, and what are you doing now with profanity? Hello, right? Form of cursing, form of just like when you get in an argument with someone, let's say you're yelling and screaming at each other, cussing at each other, casting spells. You're casting spells. Your magician's sending curses, and that's why they call profanity cursing. You're sending it to somebody, man. You're sending this negative energy, aren't you? You're casting it at them. You're staring at them. You're intimidating them with fear, and you're saying horrible things to them. It's black magic, vatos. You're like two magicians casting spells at each other. Stop! What are you doing? What you say and what you think, is power. So be mindful of that power. Why not use it for a good thing instead of using profanity as a power medium of control and manipulation and vampirism? Why not use it as a form of, sweet words, loving words, cherishing words, blessing words? See? Two people practicing two different things. So, on a spiritual journey, remember, we're not judging you and what you eat and all this stuff. You decide if you're going to change that or not. Man, I had to decide. And mostly it's out of, like my situation, it came down to health. I have to change if I want my health back. So that's what I'm doing. I would love to eat pizzas and go to movies and eat popcorn and hot dogs. I love that shit, but I can't keep doing this to my body and my DNA and my consciousness. All those things, your diet affects your consciousness. Think about that. And the energy that's in certain foods and the energy that isn't in certain foods and the bad energy that is in other foods, well, it's a spiritual topic, food. So you have to be mindful of what you eat, right? And maybe you're not ready for it yet, but maybe later down the road, you will actually change what you eat. And so that's just one of the many energies. Think about it. You consume something that now becomes part of your body, part of your energy, part of your consciousness. Okay? And when you start learning distorted things like dark religions and that talk about dark gods, well, that's going into your energies. Now you're one of the people preaching damnation and hellfire to other people. Nice, not nice. So what you believe, what you eat, what kind of music you play, those are all energies that affect you. The type of t-shirts you wear, those are energies, colors, words, all energies. That's why the dark beings, the dark illuminated beings are very mindful of those words and symbols because they know the language. And if you're learning a spiritual journey, now you're learning the language, aren't you? But you have a opportunity to choose to what energies you're serving. And if you made a mistake, maybe you've been a horrible person, you always have the opportunity to change, holy ones, because you are God, sovereign, free. Remember the concept of law of one, all are one, all are God? Well, you are God, you are sovereign, you are free to make whatever free will choice you want. But remember, that energy has a consequence or a gift. What are you doing? What are you doing with your free will? Because some people use that free will and to cause havoc, to cause problems, to cause shadow. And that's not what we want on the spiritual journey. We decided when we went on it, spiritual journey, we decided we no longer want to keep repeating those past habits, right? Like we realized, we came to an understanding that those were not very nice. We weren't nice. A lot of us come from a space of anger. Some of us come from a space of hate, a space of judgment. You call yourself loving, sweet people, yet you're judging. Whoa. Law of one is no judgment. I hear people say, everyone judges. Hello. We are on a path of non-judgment, serving law of one. Okay? We have the opportunity to improve and get better and better until you're no longer judging. Yes, some people judge, some people don't. Just depends on your focus in life and what you decided. You can judge a person on many things. Their appearance suddenly can trigger you. What they're wearing could trigger you. Nothing should be triggering you, vatos. You can see someone and you used to freaking judge the hell out of them, but now suddenly you don't judge. No negative things. You might look at them completely different. Know that little rat that just went by had the consciousness, a piece of consciousness of the Creator. That mouse is within the unified field. This rock is within the unified field. This has a different vibration of consciousness, but it's still alive. This is dimension 1, consciousness. Now, you don't come from apes, you don't come from pond scum, but you are projected in all the dimensions, are you not? Of your DNA, and humans have 1 through 12. So you are sometimes a rock when you exist in dimension 1. What's in dimension 2? Plants. Sometimes you are a plant. Not that you came from a plant. Be careful of that. No, you fell to a plant. Not went this way, you go this way. A God created all. So everything happened at the top and came down. God created the Ascended Masters. Well, the Ascended Masters go into the hologram realities, and they can fall in there. So God became Ascended Master. Ascended Master went into holograms. That's still God going into holograms and they created life forms here and inhabited those bodies. Spirit inhabited his bodies. We create bodies so we can experience the hologram. What a trip, right? We create bodies so we can experience that reality. The human race is 4th dimensional astral. We have the consciousness of 4D. We're astral consciousness. Having a 3D body. We're embodied inside the 3D vehicle. This is not you, but we identify it as our identity. The ego, reasoning mind, is tricking you. You're really a 4D spirit inside the 3D body. So nothing dies. Your body can fail and, go through that process of decay, okay? But your spirit was still alive, will always be alive. That's where you start to connect to being connected to, realize that you're connected to God. Religion doesn't paint that picture. You don't see that. You're a sinful, impure human that is damned at the beginning. Whoa. Because of when your ancestors did some mistake, apparently. No, you're a spirit inside the flesh. You're a 4D having a 3D experience. And when you ascend, this is the interest. Okay, just realize that your body is always one level below your consciousness. Your consciousness comes first, then the body. You know, so you are a 4D being that lives in a 3D body. So when you ascend, your spirit consciousness goes to 5D. Now your body is in 4D. No longer 3D, because you ascended. That's where all the New Agers are making the mistake. They think you're going to 5D. No, honey, your consciousness is going to 5D. Your spirit, your body is moving to 4D. Okay? So unless you have your third eye open, then that's a 6D being in a 5D body. Are you getting it? So if the 6D being ascends, now they're a 7D being in a 6D body. And you keep going up, keep going up, and keep going up. One day, you're going to be a 13th dimensional being in a 12th dimensional Christed body. Okay, that's what we're aiming for. Always realize that also that goes the other direction. Okay, let's say you're a 4D being in a 3D body. Well, what if you fall? Now your consciousness falls to 3D and your body goes to the 2D, which once again is plant, animal, elemental. So you didn't come from animals, you fell to animal. Oh, and you still multidimensionally exist simultaneously in those other dimensions. But you're also existing as a rock. You're existing as a plant. You're existing as a animal and as an elemental being. What's an elemental being? Fairy, brownie, sprite. Those things you think are fairy tales. Those are real beings, honey. A little bit more evolved than animals. And then there's human. And then there's, see, remember, we go this way. We fall this way. We didn't come from, where's the missing link? There is no missing link, remember? You don't go light speed, you jump. You jump from caterpillar to butterfly. You jump from human to eternal life, a giant size body. You'll be a giant. And then that is gonna evolve to something higher called an archetype. Your astral being turns into an archetype. So a rock, a subatomic particle, a proton, an electron will eventually, this atomic creation will eventually turn into the plant in second dimension. A first dimensional will turn into a second dimensional eventually when it ascends. Returns back to source. So you fell, now you want to return. Return back to God, source. You never left God. God never left you. But we're saying when it comes to consciousness and when it comes to your memory and in your understanding of all that, well, now you went like this. You fell, fallen angel. You keep falling, fallen angel, because you keep effing up within your mind and your actions. So you're going to keep falling, becoming lesser and lesser instead of greater, greater. I don't know about you, but I want to be greater, 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 not lesser, 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 lesser. I don't want to return back to a fairy. I don't want to be an animal again. I don't want to be a plant again. I love you, but I've already been through those lessons. I want to become an angel. Go the other way. I want to become a multi-dimensional collective of consciousness. Who wants to evolve instead of fall? I don't want to fall to an elemental being. I don't want to fall to an animal again. So when you look into an animal's eyes, when you want to murder and eat that animal, remember what you're eating. The spirit of some three-dimensional being. Oh, the body of some three-dimensional being, sorry. I am divinely abundant, says me. Control the illusions. You said it, Indigo. Thank you for being a moderator and a member, Holy One. You guys, if you've heard anything you like today, or some of my videos, I talk about giants, I talk about angels, archangels, we talk about holy avatars, we talk about Jeshua, baby Jesus, but we also talk it from a different point of view than the Bible. We have no disrespect to the Bible. We are talking about what the guardians are talking about. Not just only that religion, but many. We have this whole different picture, okay? And quite frankly, we have over 4,000 religions on earth. Why? And that means they're all different, because they're not the same, because they're different. There's more than one. Okay. That's a lot of distortion. That's a lot of like discrepancy. That's a lot of differences. So what we call distortions. And you have to realize this is a spiritual war, guys. Even if we want to just be relaxed and peaceful, meditate, be all in love and joy and bliss, man, there's still dark, wicked beings who are trying to, man, it's pretty dark now, shit, who dominating our planet, changing our belief systems and religions, literally, and you would say taking over from the inside. And it's not the first time, right? You know they did it before in Atlantis. That's where they started. And look what happened there. And that's what they want here. They want destruction. They want pole shift. Is pole shift good? F no! Pole shift equals extinction of life. Even a small one. When the tilt goes like that, bye-bye life. That's what they want. They want to clear the real estate. So they use the planetary physics and technologies to do it, Pato. It's not like they can just do whatever they want, because they're not the only ones here. There's other alien beings. There's other hybrid aliens, humans. There's other guardian races, benevolent beings who oppose what they're trying to do, who try to fix and correct and undo what they do. And realize, whoa, it's just a moth, but he's suddenly like flying all over my hand. They want to, dude, what the F is that? They want to, first of all, seduce a lot of you indigos and starseeds and the New Age movement. They want you to come on over, space brotherhoods, to the Galactic Federation. They're all peaceful and sweet until you start learning about, and they start calling you the chosen ones. Oh, you're chosen, all right. They're choosing you, all right, because of your DNA. You have what they want, what they don't have in their own DNA, which is ascension codes, which is what? Access to the stargates. That's what this is all about. It's about the stargates. Even though this sounds completely irrelevant to spirituality and spiritual awakening or your journey, right? But that's what this is. You get out of here through a stargate. You what you call qualify yourself with the stargate. This is how Creator created it. It's kind of like you have to earn your way, not really, but you fell. Now to go back up, you have to gain the access back. You have to get the strand back by doing a spiritual life back. So it's kind of true. Creator made this to be this way. You have to live a spiritual life to evolve forward. Well, that's not what these fallen beings are. That's not what dark people, dark, phantom people are doing. They're actually falling. They're getting less. This is called by Ashana. I've heard her call this many times. This is called the path of chaos. When you choose darkness, this leads you to an ultimate, what do you call, destiny. It's going to automatically take you to the destiny of sorrow. Get this, you guys. What is the destiny of sorrow? This is you. You're falling, right? You know how expansion goes like this? More and more and more of yourself? Well, falling is lesser and lesser and lesser and lesser of yourself until there's no more memory. You know, like right now, you cannot remember all of your alien races that are above you. You can't remember all of your guardians because you're fallen from their level. You're not the same as their level, are you? Well, what do you think, fallen angels? You lose your identity. You forget yourself. You no longer remember yourself or your connection to God. That's the destiny of sorrow. They act all high and powerful, invincible, but they're really falling and becoming lesser, not greater. You're self-destructing. It's called unconscious oblivion. Unconscious instead of conscious, no longer remembering an identity. And when you go into that, Ashana lovingly calls it space dust. You fall into nothingness, into unconscious oblivion. You fall into forgetfulness until you no longer have an identity. You made it so. You destroyed your own identity. It's not like, wow, someone else did. You did it to yourself. Damn, that's a big moth. Oh, shit. It's like that big, dude. Like a bird. Well, I'm the only person out here with a light. So that's where all the moths and bugs are coming right now. Even giant moths. All right, you guys, I'm going to finish up. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for walking this path. We're sharing this journey together. Spiritual journey. I hope I'll see you guys on the flip-flop. Yeah? Some of you will be back. Check out my playlist. I have several playlists, you guys. Just go to my channel and look for the playlist folder, tab, and you will see one for shorts. That's all my short videos with less than a minute. So you can go through a whole bunch of lessons real quickly that way, or go to my lives playlist, or go to my Ashiana Dean playlist, or go to the Spiritual Awakening playlist. Thank you guys so much for being with me. And we're doing this together. We're learning this stuff together, and we're healing together. Blessings to you in your spiritual journey. Come back. If you guys need to reach out to me, send a Facebook message or Instagram direct message, or leave a comment and ask a question. And your journey is your journey. You have your own contribution to this world, and you need to find out what that is. Find out who your soul family is, and activate yourself. Turn all these powers on and all these abilities on. Learn these ascension mechanics. Become a member for $5, and you will be given all these links, or you can go out on your own and get all the links. You will find all the links out there, and you will learn advanced ascension mechanics, not new age, not these reverse systems. And we will, even like real quick, I could tell you, Reiki people, do they understand that this is negative or positive and negative, and your other hand is the other way? So if you don't put your hand on top of the other this way, your energy is just going out the top of your hand. You realize negative, positive, positive, negative. You have to kachiwa. Now you're down there. Makaya. I love you guys. See you tomorrow or the next day. Peace! Lucid dreams! Namaste. Kahi.